Hey, what's up guys, it's Theo from Concept. So today I'm going to show you how to create your own background for your desktop in Adobe Photoshop. So let's just get started. Welcome to Concept. Click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on any of our future videos. Alright, so let's go ahead and open up our application. For this tutorial, I'm using Photoshop CC 2018 and I'll go ahead and create a new document. As always, I'm going to set my weight to 1920 and the height to 1080 and just click on OK. Now we are quickly going to grab the shapes tool. You can also use the pen tool if you want, but I'll be using the polygon tool, and I'll make sure that the size is set to 3. Then go ahead and select any fill color. In my case, I'll be using black. So I'll go ahead and create a triangle like this whilst holding down Shift. Then I'll quickly grab my move tool and rotate this about 90 degrees so that the pointing area finds itself at the top. Then I'll place this somewhere around here. Now you can go ahead and stretch this out like something like this, and I'll click on OK. Now I'll click and drag and position this somewhere around here. So this is going to be the huge part. Now I'm going to duplicate this, but before that, make sure that that polygon is selected. Go to FX and click on gradient overlay. Then I'm going to set the opacity of my gradient overlay to 100%. Make sure that the blend mode is set to normal, by the way, and click on this gradient over here. So I already have this. So in your case, you probably have to click on the first preset, which is foreground to background. Then you go ahead and select these two stop colors. So for the first one, I'm going with a color code 156 FBB and I'll click on OK. And the second one, I'm going with a color code of CB0AA9 and I'll click on OK. Now once I'm done, you can go ahead and play with the scale, but I'm going to leave my scale at 150 and my angle at 135 so that it moves over from this direction. In case you don't want this, you can also just uncheck the reverse so that it can be more or less like this, but I prefer having it this way. So I'll click and drag somewhere around here and I'll click on OK. Now I'm going to duplicate this, Ctrl J to duplicate, or just click and drag onto the new layer icon and it's going to create a duplicate for you. Now for the second one, I'm actually going to make it much smaller, so I'll probably position it somewhere around here and I'll click on OK at the top. Now it is going to look something like this. So what I'm going to do is double click on the FX right here and I'll click on gradient overlay. Then I'll go ahead and play with how this gradient is looking like so that it looks a little bit different from what I have here. I'm also going to include an inner shadow, so I'll click on inner shadow and I'll click and drag the inner shadow somewhere around here. Now I want it to feather a little bit more, so I'll go ahead and increase the size to somewhere around 100 and I'll play around the position, so I think somewhere around here should be just fine. You can also increase the opacity, but I'm going to leave mine around 50 and I think I am okay with this. Now what I'm going to do is double click on this FX also, and I'll also add an inner shadow for this one as well so that I have it over here. Increase the size to about 100 and I'll position that also somewhere around here and I'll click on OK. So first of all, I have just these two shapes and I'm just going to be creating duplicates of them and be placing them at different places simultaneously. So I'll create about 4 more. For the bigger one, I'll duplicate one more time, Ctrl J. This time around, I will make it slightly a bit bigger than the first one. So I'm going to place that one at the back so that I will be able to see. And I'll place this somewhere around here and probably make it much smaller. And again, I'll duplicate, select the one at the back. This time around, I'll make it much smaller and I'll place it somewhere around here. Duplicate one more time and again much smaller and I'll place that also somewhere around here. Now once it's actually supposed to be at the back, so something like this. Now once I'm done with all of these, I'm just going to highlight everything, Ctrl J to duplicate all of them, bring up my transform tools using Ctrl T, right click and go to flip horizontal, and I'll place this over to the extreme left, so something like this. Just trying to make sure it is perfectly aligned like this one. I'm just gauging with my eyes, by the way. So it appears that this has to go down a little bit, so I'll do that just now. Now for the ones I just created, which is these ones, I'm going to double click on one of them, the FX. So all I had to do was actually change the angle, and I'll just click on OK. So I right click on the polygon layer, go to copy layer style, I'll select everything else, this exclusive, right click and go to paste layer style. So I have virtually the same thing overlapping over here. I think this is pretty cool. Now on top of the background, I'll just go to the adjustment panel and I'll click on gradient, and I'll change the style to linear. Go ahead and reverse it so that it starts in from the top, and I'll click and drag to somewhere around here, not so huge, and I'll click on the gradient right here and change the two colors. So for the first color, I'll go with what I already had, and for the second, I'll go with the purple. Now I think I should probably change the color, so I want it purple throughout, or I should probably just go with blue because blue is the dominant color right here. So I'll just select the blue color, and again you can go ahead and just play with the gradient fill. So I'll place mine somewhere around here. Now I'm going to create one more gradient. This time around, make sure that the foreground color is set to white, and I'll go to the adjustment panel, click on gradient, and I'll change the style to radial, so you can see it is somewhere around here. Now before that, let's bring that gradient on top of everything. So I'll double click one more time to bring it up, and I'll place the gradient somewhere around here, and I'll increase the scale to about let's try 200. I think 200 is okay, but it is a little bit too harsh, so I might reduce it to about 150 and place this somewhere around here. So once I'm done with everything, I'm just going to create one more gradient. Then I'll select the first preset, which is foreground to background, and I'll select those two colors I've been using. I don't have them offhand, so I'm just going with any blue or purple color, and I'll select a purple color like so. Now once I've done that, I'm just going to play around the blend mode and see which one is much more suitable for me. So after searching, I think I'll go with linear dodge, but it seems the white color over here is so intense. So what I'm going to do is just reduce the opacity to about 50 or 30%, and I'll reduce the opacity of this two until I'm comfortable with what I have. So right around 80 should do just fine, and basically that is it. And we are done. If you are interested in getting the PSD file, I'm going to leave it in the description below. It's going to be the first link, so be sure to check it out. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like to watch more of our videos, hit that subscribe button, and as always, don't forget to share with your family and friends. This is Theo from Fino Concept, and I'll see you guys in the next one.